There's been a lot of online conversation about body dysmorphia and heroin chic when it comes to how women view themselves on social media, but we don't spend enough time talking about how muscle dysmorphia affects young men. And there's a new study out there that highlights the increasing prevalence of muscle dysmorphia among Canadian boys and young men, with a pathological pursuit of muscularity among Canadian boys and young men, with 1 in 4 being at risk. Muscle dysmorphia is also sometimes commonly referred to as reverse anorexia. For a lot of young men, it's because their bodies don't look the way that they want them to look. They see on social media the way that they should look. They should have that triangle shape, and they just can't achieve it. And other people surveyed who are at risk, 25.7% were men and 18% were transgender or gender nonconforming. Other groups with increased risk include people who have a history of using steroids, as well as people who identified as South Asian and Middle Eastern. And this also holds true for people who identified as gay or lesbian. And while I am not one to talk about this, I do have friends in the queer community who have before mentioned to me this increased pressure in the community to be fit, to look muscular. And for a lot of people, this dysmorphia stems from social media. They follow fitfluencers because they want to look better, but it leads to an unrealistic expectation for their own bodies. And I have at different points in my life been significantly more fit, been significantly more overweight, been significantly more underweight. I have been through a wide variety of body styles. And the one thing that I learned is that I just have to be comfortable with who I am, and I can pursue a better level of fitness, I can pursue a better level of health, but I can't set the expectations that I'm going to have abs. Because no matter what, I'm going to have certain parts of my body that don't look as great as other parts. Even at my peak fitness, when I did have some abs, when I was able to bench press my own body weight, when I was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, I still had man boobs. There is nothing that I could have done to get rid of those. I was at my thinnest, I was at my fittest, I was at my strongest. Could not get rid of that. And I do know a lot of guys who struggled with their body image, and they didn't even realize they were struggling with it until after the fact. It is okay to want to pursue a higher level of fitness, and you should encourage people to do so, but not at the expense of their mental health. What's more important is to just love the body that you're in and do what you can to live a healthy, clean lifestyle.